I really do all that I can do at each stage, but then when I come back to them, they're not different, but yet my connection to them is different today than it was yesterday. And my connection would be different to this the day I glazed it. I mean, it's kind of bizarre how that evolves. You know, here I can do I can make your eye go where I want it to go. You have a pretty good idea from past experience, again from reading, you know, the pots in the kiln and coming out of the kiln. In other words, I wouldn't want to create that surface and put an opaque matte glaze on it. I mean, you may do that and learn that lesson, see, but when I do something like this, it's either going to be a translucent, transparent glaze, or it's going to be a glaze like the red or the Temacou that I've learned that when it breaks and goes thin, you get a different color. See, so I'm setting it up now, and what would happen is the day that I go to glaze, again I set them out, and I say, okay, what would you like on you? What would you like me to do to you? You know, and I try to let the pots tell me at that point, regardless of what I'm thinking right now, when I go to glaze, I say, okay, what's best for you? How can I max you out? How can I finish you the best way I can possibly finish you? I mean, that's what I do. Sounds bizarre, but that. This is another wooden wheel from my grandmother's sewing machine or something. And I just took and filed notches, and this becomes a coggle wheel. And see, this is a coggle wheel that nobody else in the country has. Now, you can buy a coggle wheel, but there will be 30,000 more out there. So if you kind of want things that are yours, make them, you know, and again, it's not rocket science. And again, a tool and a process, you know, do you do a little bit, do you do a lot? In other words, you can do a million things with this one tool. I can use the edge of it and get dashes, you know, I mean, we're really only limited by our own imagination, and here's the play zone. I'm playing, see? And again, if I have 10 or 12 of these, I get to play on each one. And you have a progressive development of decoration. Let me apply this to another place. I have a 19th century pot from Edgefield, South Carolina, and I have friends in South Carolina who have another one. It's made by Thomas Chandler, Edgefield, 1840-45, and they're big water coolers. Our two pots